Alright fellas, welcome back to another video. Was I missed? Still no? Okay then. I'm not hurt. I'm fine. Now today I have a bit of a different story for you guys. This is a more of a story time sort of video. It's about the time where, yes, you're reading the title right. Someone with my voice, with this sort of voice, did in fact get the police called on them, which was very funny. But at the time, it was very scary. I'm gonna tell you guys about that now. But before I tell you guys about my criminal lifestyle, I'm gonna need you to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new, because if you don't, uh, you're going to die a horrible, painful death. Okay, so this story takes place in 2015 when I was in year eight. I'm pretty sure it was year eight. Uh, yes, it was year eight. Okay. So I was in year eight, and there was this kid who I'd been on and off friends with him. We'll call him Andrew for the video, just that I don't want to include anyone's real name in this. But yeah, he was. I don't know what to say. He was like he had a sort of a control over me, if you know what I mean, throughout my years in primary school. So I'd known this kid since I was in year three maybe, and since then every single day I'd hang out with him. He'd make me do things he wants to do.
Not sexually, you dirty bastards.
And yeah, he was horrible. He caused me to lose friends. I got in a lot of arguments with him about this kind of stuff, but I was just too, like, I don't know. I wasn't assertive enough, as my year four teacher would always say. I had to literally have lessons in being more assertive because the teachers could tell that he was kind of like, interfering with my friendships and things like that. And he did right the way until year eight, which was a real shame until I eventually ended up cutting him off and I'd had enough of him. So this story takes place 4 years after the original whole thing that he'd been doing with the old manipulation and thing. And I'll be the first to admit I shouldn't have put up with it as long as I did. My mum told me, my dad told me, all my family, my friends were telling me, oh, he's this, that, the other. He doesn't care. He's not a nice guy. And I was like, no, he's fine, he's fine. But now I know he was horrible. His whole family were just a bit. Sheesh. I'm not saying anyone's names because, of course, I don't want to get anyone in trouble or any hate on anyone or anything. But yeah, it was a real roller coaster. Towards year eight, he started to become a little bit more physical with the things he'd do. Like, normally, he'd just tell me, like, oh, I won't be your friend if you don't talk to me. If you talk to him, oh, you're not my friend anymore. You're talking to him. And I was like, no, it's fine. I'll be friends with everyone. And he was like, no, you have to be friends with me. It was like he wanted to be my only friend. And that almost worked for him. That did nearly work. But luckily, I managed to cut him off just in time. So in my old school, the year eight area would be in like the bus bay because all the different years had areas where they'd hang out. And I was in a kind of big friendship group, and he was also in the same friendship group. So we were still together throughout primary school and into high school as well. We were still mates, as you do. We made jokes with each other, got on. But it got to the point, with like, you can have it with relationships and friendships where the spark starts to go in them, and then just they start becoming worse and worse and worse to the point where you decide to just split off from your friendship group or your couple. You decide to part ways or whatever. That pretty much started happening in my group. One by one, people were leaving, and all of a sudden he comes up to me. I don't remember the conversation that we had, but he comes up to me, and I kid you not, this guy literally grabs me round the throat and goes. So I hit him with the old, the thing with your arms, where you smack their arms away, basically like a windmill sort of shape. So I did that to him. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he just looked at me weirdly, and he walked off. And I was like, "Right, okay." And it hurt. I had red marks on my neck. I didn't tell anyone, obviously, because I still thought, oh, it'll be fine. We'll still be friends. But it was when I was walking to my next lesson, I realised all the horrible things he'd done to me throughout primary school, made me lose a lot of friends, cut me off from a lot of them. And I was like, no, you know what? I've had enough of it. So I got home, and I sent him a voice message on Xbox, and the T word accidentally slipped out of my mouth. Oh, I know, shocking, shocking to hear a 13-year-old say the T word. Oh, whereas nowadays 13-year-olds are like addicted to crack or whatever. So then I get a message on Xbox Live about 10 minutes later, expecting it to be a response from him. It's a response from his dad saying, "Hello, this is Andrew's dad. I will be telling your mum in the school up here." So you'd think little me would just shit his pants and start basically crying, telling the adults, "Oh no, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." But no, I hit him with the hardest of facts. He should have been knocked out by how hard the facts freaking bang hit him right in the face with them facts. I basically told him his son had been bullying me throughout school. I told him, I was like, "Look, dude, your son has been horrible to me for almost 5 years now, and I've had enough of it. I've decided to stand up against him by sending him a one singular swear word over the internet." And his dad's going mad. He's like, "Oh, you can't say that to my son. My son says he hasn't done any of that." And I was like, "Dude, he has. He's just lying." And I knew his dad would pick his side, but I tried my hardest to defend myself. Because honestly, I was in the right here. I may have said a bad word, but I didn't strangle him with like a kind of intent of hurting. He did it hard, trust me. But little me, I smacked him away. I smacked him to Kenya. So this goes on, and nothing happened for about 2 days maybe, and I was playing Call of Duty Ghosts, the OG days, on my Xbox 360 when my mum shouts me downstairs. I shit myself inside because I understand. I'm like, oh no, I know what's gonna happen. So she told me to turn my Xbox off, so I turn it off. Come downstairs, and she goes, "Do you have anything to say for yourself?" And I'm like, "What?" And then she shows me a text from his dad saying that I'd sent this, that, and the other to him. They really exaggerated what I'd said. They said I said they said I said really mean stuff, but I just called him a twat, and that was it. And yeah, so they said I sent a lot of horrible stuff, therefore making my mum very angry. And also, they said they'd recorded the audio of me calling him a twat, and they sent it to the police. I kid you not, they sent it to the police. They said it's because the school couldn't do anything about it because it was outside of school matter. They go, "Oh, hello, yes, sheriff. I'd like to send you someone called my twat on Xbox. Can I get him arrested, please?" Well, I was so scared. I was shaking. Or as now, it's just not scary. It's funny. I was talking to my mum about it the other day, and we generally both started laughing so hard. It was just so cringe, honestly. He is the definition of cringe, and I'm so glad that that phase is behind me now. So yeah, there's a bit of conflict throughout mine and his families for about a week. His mum was not very nice to my mum, and that annoyed me a bit because I care for my mum. My mum's a great person, and this woman was really laying into my mum about how she's a terrible mother and how I've been raised wrong. Apparently, don't know what that was all about, but yeah, they said that it's my mum's fault that her son had strangled me and I'd called him the T word online. I mean, that is bad parenting if you ask me. So after that, my friend group changed. We all moved our separate ways. We made friends with new people. I don't know what he went on to do. I think he tried to make some friends, but I don't know if it worked because I think he pretty much tried to do the same thing as he did with me. When by that time, everyone's just moved on from that sort of stage and they don't take that anymore. But yeah, I didn't talk to him for the rest of my high school years. I actually saw him recently. I was going home from sixth form because I now attend sixth form. I finished high school recently. I saw him. I was on my way home. He was across the road. I don't think he goes to my sixth form. I think there's actual college in town which he probably goes to. But I saw him and he was giving me evils. He was staring me down from across the road, and I just made my way, not I don't have a care in the world anymore. I was like, "Yo, so I'd say hi to him if he came said hi to me, but if he's just gonna be weird, I'm just gonna ignore him." It's just strange. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the story. That is how calling someone a twat on Xbox can, in fact, put you in danger with the police. That is right, guys. If you call someone a twat, the police will kick down your doors and arrest you. Oh yeah, by the way, the police didn't do anything. They really did not care. They just thought it was a waste of time, and they thought the whole thing was just stupid. And they didn't even bother turning up or anything. It's just nothing compared to what happens nowadays with Xbox Live. My mum got called a whore the other week because I beat someone on Brawlhalla. That was quite funny. It was in French. I had to translate it. But yeah, apart from that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, apart from that, I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.